Alright, so we're going to do more solving inequalities. So I want you to just warm up by solving these equations. Can you please pause? Do these equations, should be a piece of cake for you, and then come back. Alright, check your answers. And I'll say the mantra, but hopefully we're remembering why we are doing this as well. If we have y and we go back 23, we have to add 23 to get back to our original. Or if it is subtracted, we add. If it's divided, we undo by multiplying. If it's multiplied, we undo by dividing. This is the one that some of you have had practice with, others not so much. If we're trying to solve for our variable, we have to undo whatever was done to the variable. So we had our variable, and we multiplied by 2, and then we added 10 to get 56. So if we undo, we have to get rid of that adding 10 first. So we have to subtract 10. And then we have to undo the multiplying by 2 by dividing by 2. So you always undo or use the additive inverse before the multiplicative inverse. Additive inverse before the multiplicative inverse. So it's alphabetical order, A before M. All right, hopefully you have warmed up with equations. Let's get to our inequalities. Actually, after yesterday's, or after the last lesson, this should be a piece of cake. But this time you need to number your number lines. Please remember, open circle, close circle. And for this one, if you are not numbering by something with decimals, which you might have to just estimate. So please pause, number your number lines, and then come back. Alright, yours might be numbered a little differently than mine, but I want you to notice that there is a number under each hash mark. You don't have to do under every single one, like many times, just like when I number my coordinate planes, I number every other, but you can't just number the hash mark that you are circling. You have to have your whole number line numbered, okay? So this one was pretty easy. X is greater than -6. Here I showed it two different ways. Oh, open circle, by the way. Here I numbered by by tenths. So 4.8, 4.9, 5.0, 5.1, 5.2. It could include that, so closed circle, and then it was all numbers greater than. If you didn't have room or you didn't want to number by tenths, you could have numbered by whole numbers, but then it would be right past that 5. So then we'd put a closed circle there, and it'd go to all the numbers greater than, or your arrow would go to the right. All right. We started practicing this yesterday, solving equations, very similar to, solving inequalities, very similar. We want to get back to what x is, so we are going to get rid of that -7 and add 7. So x is all numbers greater than 27. And here, we want to get the y and a side by itself. So we have to get rid of that +3, so we're going to subtract 3. So y is all numbers greater than or equal to 37. So now we are going to number our axes. Number our number line. So we have to have a 27 in there somewhere. So 27, so we might choose to do, actually, I'm going to number even, so 20, 22. So I talked on the last slide about how you need to make sure that you show a number, but it's okay to skip hash marks, and just number every other one if you'd like. That's fine. I chose to number this way. You could have started somewhere else, or some other numbers, 38, as long as you had some numbers before 27 and some numbers after. So it is not a greater than or equal to, so it does not include 27. Oops, it does not include 27 right there between 26 and 28, and it's all the numbers greater than. Okay, so remember, this opens up to the one that has more. So x is more than 27. Here, I'm going to kind of number the same way. 20, 22. Magic, it's done. And so it does include the 37, so I'm going to find my 37, which is right here. It includes it, so I'm going to put a closed circle, and I'm going to show the numbers more than that. All right, 2 more problems, and I think they're pretty easy, although I am going to have you change this to plus 9 instead of minus 9. Can you pause, see if you can solve and graph these? Okay, so I'm confident that you can graph x is less than 25. Here I want to remind you that the negative numbers go opposite of the positive numbers. So if you have, for example, negative 729 here, the next number up would be negative 728 because it's only 728 spaces away from 0. And then we'd have negative 726, and we're going to skip, and negative 724. On this side, we would have, I'm running out of room. Negative 729, negative 730, because now we have more spaces between. And I'm not going to take the time to number, but I wanted to point that out. This would be a closed circle, and it's all the numbers less than, so it'd be going that way. Okay, that's it. Start your assignment. We out.